Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to the Marketing Love Languages, brought to you by Guaranteed Prosperity and presented by me, Meir Ezra. I'm very happy to be on with you today. If you're here, please say hello in the chat. We have a nice intimate group so I can work with you personally, and that's going to be awesome. So if you're here, please say hello in the chat. We're going to be using the chat a lot. We are diving right into the Marketing Love Languages. Okay. Hi, Dr. Grant, academyofwellness.com. Hello. Who is this webinar for? It's for employees, solopreneurs, marketers, and it's for anyone that wants to have a business that they run and not that runs them, with a life that's filled with happiness instead of increasing despair. But it is not for those that expect overnight magical success. Failures expect overnight magical success. They hope for a lottery win. Okay? Anybody that is failing, those are the ones that want some kind of a magical overnight success. There's no such thing. Powerful people, even if their power is hidden, even if you don't see it right now, instinctively know that anything valuable doesn't come overnight. It comes over many long nights of hard work. So that's what we're going for, is somebody that doesn't look for shortcuts. I'm looking for people that know that it's going to take work. Ronald, no problem at all, by the way. Totally fine. And that's 100%. Okay. Who is this webinar for? It's not for those that like to complicate things. Now, by the way, when I look over here, I'm looking at my presentation. I have two screens here. So it's not for those that like to complicate things. Did you notice that when things are complicated, you find it hard to do it or to make it work? Is that true for you? That when things are complicated, you find it hard to do it or hard to make it work? Tell me if that makes sense to you. And you can use the chat. This is an opportunity to use the chat. As you'll see, I'm a big fan of using the chat. So let me know if that makes sense to you and if you've seen that before. Very true, and we have less disability, of course. Yes, exactly. That's exactly it. Yes, 100%. Good. Before you can make anything work, it needs to be simple in your mind. If I give you something very complicated, you're not going to actually do it. If you have some complicated instructions for how to build furniture or complicated instructions for how to make your marketing work, you won't actually do it. But when it becomes simple in your mind, there first has to be this thing of, wow, it's simple, and then you can make it work. But if you don't first have this thing of, it's simple, you'll never do it. And so everything I'm going to teach you is going to be simple. Hi, Anthony. Now, don't be fooled and think that simplicity is weakness. Simplicity is power, like Neo. When Neo in the Matrix realized, oh, I know Kung Fu. Oh, wow, it's just a bullet. When it became simple for him, he became powerful. The thing to know is that the end result of complication is unworkability. It becomes unworkable when it becomes complicated. So don't look for fancy, look for simple. Simple means workable. And that's the big difference. Most people want fancy stuff, but it's not workable. And the end result of simplicity is success. When it's simple, you'll have success. Now, if you find things getting complicated for you, stop me. Please say, hey, I don't understand. Something that isn't adding up for me. Stop me. I love answering questions. And if you do, I can guarantee that you will, maybe for the first time in your life, demonstrate your true abilities, the potential that you know you have, but somehow failed to demonstrate. So who's this webinar for? It's not for those that need someone to blame. There's a concept of cause and effect. We talk about it a lot in Guaranteed Prosperity. The general idea is you can either cause something, you can make it happen, you can be the one that brings it about, or you can be effect. You can receive it and be the negative effect. So if I slap someone, I'm cause. If they slap me, I'm effect. If I'm running my business and bringing results, I'm cause. If I'm failing and not able to pay my bills, I'm effect. So there's this concept of cause and effect. You see, if someone punches you, you're effect. Or if you want someone to make you happy, you're effect, because you need them to make you happy. Or if you ask somebody for the salt, if I tell you, can you pass me the salt? I'm waiting for you to pass the salt. I'm effect. I'm waiting for you. I can't do anything until you do. I'm total effect. So just like cause and effect, every time you blame someone, you're basically asking them to pass you the salt. You wait for them to admit that they're to blame, and that makes you an effect. You see, if I say you are to blame, I'm waiting for you to agree that you are to blame. And until then, I'm waiting, just like I wait for you to pass me the salt. Whenever you blame, you take away all your power and you give it to the other side. It makes you total effect. Are you with me so far? Yes, love simple, Anthony. Siza, hello. Yes. Yes, good. This concept of cause and effect is major. This concept that blame is actually totally putting you at effect is major, because most people think if I blame you, I'm powerful. I blamed you. No, you're weak because you're waiting for that side to approve that they are to blame. And until then, you are chasing them as the one to blame. Yeah, it's really amazing. Very good. In order to succeed, you have to have the viewpoint of it's me, even if everything around you tells you it's not. Successful people know it is me. If you get a good review in your business, it's me. If you get a bad review in your business, it's me. You have this viewpoint that it is you. Because only when you consider that it is you, only then are you cause, and otherwise you're begging the person you blame to pass you the salt. So we're not looking for pro-blamers, professional blamers, but also it's kind of a play on the words, on the word problem. Problem is basically a professional blamer, pro-blamer. I'm not looking for a professional blamer that's full of problems. We're looking for someone that realizes it's me. And probably you're that person, as otherwise you wouldn't be able to stay so far in this class. Who is this webinar for? It's not for those that don't participate. When a person realizes that blame doesn't work, that person stops participating. They stop taking action. When you finish blaming your wife, you divorce. You stop participating in the marriage. You stop taking the actions of creating the marriage. So first I blame you, and then I stop acting. First I find what's wrong with you, and then I stop participating. When a person finishes blaming the market and blaming the government and blaming the clients, and when they failed, they realize it doesn't work, they go bankrupt, they stop taking actions to build their business. Or maybe it's not as extreme as going bankrupt. They go and they do something that they didn't want to do, like work for someone else. Or they go and shrink their business, which is not what they wanted. Which means they were blaming, then they took less action, and then they stopped. If you're there, if you're unwilling to participate, if you don't want to take the actions to build yourself, then this lesson will not help you. That's the truth. It won't help you unless you are willing. You need to participate. You need to participate. And how you do that is by using the chat. That's how you do it. You use the chat. That's how we participate. You ask questions. And so that takes me to, what does participation mean? It means getting involved in the chat, asking questions, giving your opinion. And I can promise you one thing. I will never make you wrong. I will never embarrass you. I'll always make you more if you participate, never less. Because the truth is that you are much more than even you are willing to admit. But after many years of coaching and helping people, I never found one person that is not 1,000,000 times more than they're willing to admit they are. Are you with me? This is a chance to participate. You can say yes, you can say amazing, anything, some form of participation in the chat, and I promise I won't bite. In fact, I love it. Myrtle, true. Anthony, wow. Bongani, excellent. Anwar, fantastic. Awesome, Paul. Great. Yes, hi, Baya. Hello. Great, Robert. Amazing. So if you're still here, welcome. And I have a major gift for those that stay to the end. About an hour and a half, so strap in. Firstly, nothing I say today is true. By the way, this is an hour and a half, and you'll see that if you leave and you think you got the idea in 30 minutes, or 5 minutes, or 1 hour, you won't. I'm building something major here. So dedicate the time, persist, and you'll get huge value today, I promise. Nothing I say today is true. Nothing. Unless it rings true for you. Just because I said it doesn't mean it's true. You need to look at it and evaluate it and make sure that it's true for you. Next, this webinar will be fast-paced. There's a lot of powerful material to get to. Usually, I take it a bit slower when I'm actually working with somebody and training them, but today we have a lot, so I'm moving quickly. But that doesn't mean that you shouldn't interact. You should. It doesn't mean that you shouldn't ask questions. You should ask questions. I know you joined hoping to learn something special today, and I guarantee you will. And if you actually paid attention, you already did. You already got something very special today just from this intro. Yet some of you don't know me, and so a quick intro on me. My name is Gal Ezra. I'm on a mission to create 10,000 ethical millionaires. Will you be one of them? I hope so. I'm a super successful entrepreneur, and I can guarantee that, provided you'll pay attention to the presentation, which means not only sit and listen, but participate as we agreed, you will not just learn something today, you will learn what you need in order to succeed, guaranteed, no ifs, ands, or buts. But how do you know that you've participated? Robert, there's always something to learn. So true. I ask because lots of people in life talk, but they don't say anything. I see many people that know how to move their mouth, but they don't say anything. They're not actually participating. Lots of people listen, but they don't hear a thing. So how do you know if you've participated? The indication is this. What I teach is powerful. If you didn't have an improvement every few minutes, you missed something. It's time to ask. You really need to see. If you start to daydream, if you start to feel like, there's not much to it, if you start to feel anything other than wow, wow, wow every few minutes, you are not participating enough. Get into the chat. Something is being missed. You're missing an opportunity of a lifetime, because what I teach is powerful and every few minutes should be a wow. I know how to teach and I know how to bring my clients results. And so I guarantee today's presentation will enormously improve your life, your income, and your reputation. But I'll do something even better than that. I'll reveal answers today I've never shown any of my students. This is an updated presentation. I worked on this over the last few days. It's updated. You see, I do the Marketing Love Languages webinar once monthly, more or less, live. But after a call I had with my dad about a month back, I made some updates with data I realized you must look at head on, even if it's tough to look at. And you must face it and understand it before any marketing actions can work. And so what you learn today will greatly improve your marketing, your business, and your life. And it's vital for you to confront what I'm about to expose you to. So who's my dad that I look up to so highly? My dad is Meir Ezra. This is him, the one and only Meir Ezra. That's me and him at my wedding. He's the person that developed and refined what I'm teaching you today. And he's an amazing, powerful guy. Anybody that knows him knows that. His knowledge is what I use to make my money, and it made him $100 million by the age of 31, only because he knew what I'm going to teach you. Only a few people across the world ever did that by the age of 31, and that was 30 years ago. So in today's money adjusted, it's more like $1 billion by the age of 31. Very few people in history made $1 billion by the age of 31. I'm sure you want to know, how is it done? Well, what my dad, myself, and our clients have is one thing that you don't have, and I'm going to give it to you later in this presentation. If you ask most people, how much do you earn? They'll say something along the lines of less than I deserve, or less than my worth, or less than my business should. The common denominator is less. Since those people don't know why they earn less than they deserve, they secretly believe it's my karma, or I'm not as qualified, or I'm simply unlucky, or I'm weak compared to my competition, or I was born to the wrong family, or a million other reasons. The good news is that there's only one reason why anyone doesn't have what they deserve, and it's the reason for why when I ask my clients how much they earn, they say I earn more than anyone deserves. The reason why myself, my friends, and my clients, same thing, because my clients are my friends and my friends are my clients, earn so much, and why you earn less than you deserve, the answer is very exact. It's precise. It always works, and once you will learn it, money will not be an issue for you. Does that sound interesting? I'm giving you a chance to use the chat a little bit, just a little breather, because I know I'm going fast. Yes, awesome. Myrtle, amazing. Anthony, great. Robert, great. Bridget. Okay, yes, Anwar, amazing. Good. You're here, I'm sure, because you're ready for a change, especially with your marketing. I'm sure you want to be in the top 1% of earners, which is, by the way, $500,000 per year. That puts you in the top 1%. Your instinct will tell you it's impossible for me. Yet I know how to make myself, my companies, and my clients much more than that every single year. I can tell you that I created, owned, and marketed some of the most well-known events brands in South Africa by the age of 23. For 10 years, I've been working in that industry. And since then, I developed many more successful companies and investments. I marketed festivals that brought in 40,000 people yearly. How do you market to 40,000 people? We're going to learn some things today. Good, Cesar, working on being in the top 1%. Yes, Bongani, I want to earn more and be consistent. Very good. Excellent, excellent, excellent. We will. Today at 33, I'm most proud of the fact that I help other people make lots of money ethically while continuing to run all those companies and make tons of money. So I have some very important questions to ask you in the next slides. It's actually an exercise that you'll need to participate in for it to work. But if you do, you'll discover something fascinating for yourself. Please write down your profession in the chat. So this is a chance to do the exercise. If you do it, you'll find something fascinating. So go with me, write down your profession in the chat. You can say if you're a business owner, if you're a barber, if you work for someone, what do you do for work? Tell me what you do in the chat. Very good, Anthony. A video game developer. Yes, great. Bridget, presentation design strategy expert, side design. Wow, amazing. Ronald, consultant and coach. Good. Brenda, real estate agent. Nice. Dorothy, leadership development consultant. Okay, that's amazing. Bongani, estate agent. Nice. Paul, estate agent. Very good. Yes. Anwar, consulting and project management. Yes, very, very good. Robert, business owner, coaching executives. Fantastic. Cesar, freelance copywriter, digital marketing student. Good. Lasse, consultant and system builder. Hi, Lasse. Great. Long time no see. Dr. Grant, natural holistic doctor. Amazing. Anita, master astrologer and bioacoustic therapist. Amazing. Incredible, incredible, incredible. Myrtle, network marketing, health and wellness. Yes, very good. Patricia, consultant for medical education grants to improve patient care outcomes. Very good. Excellent. Now, how good are you at your profession? On a scale of 1 to 10, you're probably very good. Yes, if that's what you do, you're probably very good. What would you rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10? How good are you? Like if I was a barber, I'll say I'm the number 9. I'm one of the best barbers. I'm very good at cutting hair. Anwar, 10. Robert, 10. Yes. Excellent. Yeah. Only a couple people answered. Oh, there we go. 8, 7, 10. Yes, most people will say they're 8 to 10 because you're good at what you do. Yes. Yes, exactly. Good, Patricia, Ronald, yes. How many hours do you estimate that you've invested in your profession? Just in the technical side of what you do. So if Anita is an astrologer, how long has she worked on learning astrology, being technical? If I'm a dentist, how long have I spent on learning to be in people's mouths? If I'm a chiropractor, how long have I invested? How many hours have I invested into learning chiropractic specifically? Yes, Dorothy, great. Yes, Cesar. I would rate myself good, Dorothy. Anita, 50 years. Wow, wow, wow. 40 years. Wow. 40 years. That's how many hours? How many, if you had to say hours, like 40,000 hours? Anthony, how many years? How many hours? Sorry, so 2 years. How many, if you did 2 years, you take 365 days a year. Let's say you put in 4 hours a day on just your profession. So it's 1,200 times 2 years, 2,400 hours. You understand? Like how many hours? I really want you to confront the hours that you've put in. 24 years. Yes, how many hours? Thousands of hours, Ronald. Exactly. Including experience. Exactly. Invested in the profession 15 years, 32,000, 43,000, 10,000 hours. Exactly. Exactly. Now, how much money have you invested in order to become this good in your profession? 50,000 hours. Exactly. How much money? So actual money in learning. Okay, I'm looking for a total here. Okay, so I'll give you what you can work out as a total. Actual money in learning, like going to university, how much did it cost you? Special additional courses, how much did it cost you? Actual money toward equipment and supplies and trial and error and books and things that involved actually doing your profession. Mistakes that cost you potential money, school fees, right? These mistakes that you either had to pay and you lost the money on, or you would have made so much money if only you knew it. Like 10 years ago, if you knew what you knew today, you would have made so much more money. And how much was your time worth that you invested? What would you say is the grand total that you've invested into your profession? $300,000. Exactly, Bridget. Bobby, who's an attorney. Hi, Bobby. More than $100,000. Exactly. Exactly. How much have you invested? Wowza, I've wasted lots of money on mistakes. Yes, Dorothy, true. Robert, 2.5 million, yes, dollars. That makes sense. $250,000. It's a massive amount of money. Exactly. Hundreds of thousands of dollars, Anwar. Exactly. Exactly. Now you really need to confront it. I don't know if you've ever looked at this as how much you've actually spent both on potential and on actual money. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. Now, okay? Now, 1.6 million Rand Bungani. Wow, so almost $100,000. Yeah, yeah. Now let me ask you this, okay? Keep that in mind, okay? On a scale of 1 to 10, how good are you at, and I need your answers pretty quickly in the chat. This isn't a life or death response, just first number that comes to mind, okay? How good are you at marketing on a scale of 1 to 10? 5, 7. Yes, 6, 5, 2. Yeah, exactly. Hiring. How good are you at hiring people? How good are you at actually being able to spot a good hire or a bad hire? Testing them. 10, 8, 7. Good. Firing. Do you like firing people? Are you very good at that? Do you know when to fire? Have you ever fired somebody that you shouldn't have fired? 0, yes. 1, 8. Public relations. How good are you at PR? Because PR is very different to marketing, by the way. How good are you at accounting? Yes, PR 4. Good. Yes. I'm going to go a little bit quicker, but you can still share your numbers. How good are you at administration? How good are you at leadership? Are you a good leader? Can you bring a team to results? How good are you at investing? You see, because you need to invest in your business and you need to invest with profits. How good are you at protection? Protecting your business, making sure it's sound, it's correctly structured and legal. Good, and I'm seeing your answers, by the way. When I look over here, I'm looking at the chat, I do see your answers. How good are you at quality control? Once you've delivered your product or your service, how good are you at checking that there wasn't problems in it, that the clients were actually happy? How good are you at training? Training yourself, training your team? How good are you at ensuring that you have an ethical and productive team? How good are you at tracking statistics, the actual numbers of your business, and by that making decisions, not by your feelings or by your guesswork? How good are you at being a salesman, at salesmanship? Statistics 2, 3, 3, 7, 5, 7, 7, 8, 5. You get the idea. When you really look at it, you're very limited by not knowing these. Because what happens is you are at 8, 9, 10 at your profession, but there's so many other parts of the business that you are at an average of 3 or 4 on. Average. It's impossible to succeed without knowing all the parts of a business. Are you with me? So you're very good at what you do, but how do you expand your business? How do you make lots of money if you're not also learning all the other parts of the business? Yes, good. Yes, you're with me. Good. There's a lot to learn is my point. You really need to understand that there's a lot to learn. There's no, oh, just one thing. If I learn just this thing, all of a sudden I'll make money. No, you're running a business. This isn't a hobby. You're not mowing lawns and just making a few dollars on the weekend. You're running a business. Exactly. It's a lifetime improvement. Bongani, you're right. Yes, absolutely. Good. In fact, most people think that you need a good idea to succeed. They think that your idea is 90% of your success. If only you had a good idea. But as it turns out, most successful companies beat other products or services that were much better in every way, much better ideas. There are companies, most companies are just really well marketed, for example, and they beat out better products and better ideas and better services. So it's not the idea. Another lie that I hear spread is your network is your net worth. In other words, who you know makes for 90% of your success. This couldn't be further from the truth. How do I know? If I took a useless business person and I connected him to the president of a country, would he become successful? What do you think? Useless business person, I gave him the best connection, president of a country. Is he going to make tons of money and blow up his business? No. No, exactly. No. No. The examples of this are endless. If I took somebody that's homeless and gave him amazing connections, it's not going to make him successful. So his network is not his net worth. There's something else. So what's needed for success? My father taught me the 99-1 rule, which equals 100%. Okay, so to get 100% success, it's broken down into 90, 9, and 1. 1% of your success depends on the idea. The idea is 1%. It's a part of it, but it's a very small part of it. 9% of your success depends on the network you have, who you know. It's a part of it for sure. But 90% depends on what? 90% depends on how organized you are, meaning how many parts of the business you know well. Because if you're very bad at finances, that's part of the 90%. If you're very bad at hiring and firing, that's part of the 90%. If you don't know PR, you're not going to be organized. If you don't know marketing, you're not going to be organized. You'll be able to do your work, but you won't be organized enough to actually bring about success. 90% is about the rest of the organization. It's about all the parts of the business, but you know only one part very well, and the rest so-so. Would you agree? Yes. Yes. Yeah, good. And very well done for confronting it and being brave enough to look at it. Because if we see what the problem is, now we can do something about it. Yeah, good. To become organized, to learn all the parts of the business requires a lot of learning. It's not something that you just get from thin air. You either get it from years of trial and error and pain and lost income. Like there are people that have been in business for 40, 50 years. They have a lot of gray hair, a lot of wrinkles, and a lot of frustration and a lot of war stories. Yes, they've learned the hard way. Or you invest in learning it, much like you invested millions or hundreds of thousands of dollars into your profession. You invested a lot into your profession. You didn't invest that much, not even close, into your business, all the other parts of it. You should be investing tens of thousands of dollars, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars, into learning all the parts of the business. That's what I do. Today, we'll be going over marketing. So we're taking one part, marketing, in a way you've never heard. You cannot be wealthy if you will not learn the marketing love languages. So today we're going to learn some of them. And you cannot be poor if you know the marketing love languages. Literally, if you know the marketing love languages, success is inevitable. But a fair warning, it's not a silver bullet. You'll need to invest in practicing these new tools. You'll need coaching and support and lots of study. and you must continue to learn the other parts of running a business besides just marketing. I'm telling you in advance, if you think that just what you learn in this webinar is going to be the ticket to all your success, no, any professional will tell you no such thing. It doesn't work that way, but it will help a lot. And with the more work that you do, and the more you learn and the more you invest, you'll get more and more success. And that's why I created the Money Mind program, which is $1,999 monthly program. The Money Mind is an invite-only program I run that includes a personalized study program, one-on-one support, and weekly live coaching sessions to skyrocket any business. So I work with people individually, and I teach them all the parts of running a business with one-on-one support and weekly coaching sessions live in a group setting. It starts with a thorough 4-part assessment of your business and your personal condition. So I don't know if you realize, but a business is run by individuals. So first thing I want to know is you. I want to see what's happening with you and how can I help you, and the business gets improved by itself, by the way. So it starts with a thorough 4-part assessment of your business and your personal condition. We do a business questionnaire, I do an IQ test, I do aptitude tests, I do personality tests on you. You then get a personally tailored program to measurably improve you and your income. And additionally, you get instant access to a bundle of very expensive courses that you need based on your program, your personal program, but you get them for free. So you get free courses. The price you pay is just for access to the live weekly group coaching calls with me and ongoing support. More on that later, along with what your first marketing course will be if you were to be invited to the program. So if you join the Money Mind, you'll get a specific course as your first step. But we'll get to that later. I want to talk marketing. How would you define the word marketing? Everybody here wants to improve on marketing. What is it? How do you define the word marketing? What is marketing and what is the purpose of marketing? I want to hear from you. What is the purpose of marketing? Why marketing? And what does it mean? How do you define it? Like I define a car as a 4-wheeled vehicle with an engine of some kind, electric or combustion, that delivers people from point A to point B. That's the definition of a car. So what's the definition of the word marketing? Don't give me a synonym. I want a definition. Anthony, makes your product known, yeah? It makes your product known. That's part of it, but it's not a full definition. Maybe it's what it does. Making it visible, that's part of it. It needs to be visible. Detailed information sharing, okay, bringing your product service to people who need it. Okay, but many people get their product or service, people who need it, but they don't buy. Many people give detailed information sharing about their product or service, but nobody comes and does anything about it. So I send a bunch of detailed information, no one cares. Did I market well? I made myself very visible, but nobody actually looked at me. I wear a very bright red shirt, but nobody looks. Am I marketing? No. Let's have a look at what marketing is. Marketing is the actions taken by us to make ourselves known, wanted, and which cause an ever-growing number of people to love us and so buy from us. Give us money. If your marketing doesn't sell, it isn't marketing. It sucks. It's not marketing. If your marketing doesn't sell, it's a failed campaign. Marketing sells. Apple puts out a marketing campaign. You run into the store ready to buy, or you go online ready to buy, because the marketing did all the sales for you. It makes it known. You know about the new iPhone. You want the new iPhone, and you love the new iPhone, and so you go and buy it. That's the definition of marketing. And if you practice and learn this definition down cold, it's an invaluable takeaway from this webinar. Like if you work in marketing, you should know this by heart. This is what marketing is. Because most people say, oh, it's creating some desire, or it's exposure or brand awareness, but they miss this vital thing, which Robert said, which is it needs to sell. It needs to sell. I asked my dad once, what would you suggest to me to become super successful fast? His answer astounded me, but it made me successful by the age of 23. He asked me 2 questions, which I'm going to ask you too. He said to me, what does Apple, McDonald's, Amazon, and your local pizza joint all have in common? That's my question for you, like he asked me. What do you think they all have in common? What do those three things, Apple, McDonald's, and Amazon, and your local pizza joint, four things, all have in common? And if you don't know, you can say, I don't know. That's also totally fine. A brand voice, okay, nice, Siza. You know them. True, close. Brenda, you're very close. They do a lot of ads, yes. They sell something I want, yes. Very warm, yes, very warm. Let me ask you this, and it'll help you. A strong and trusted brand that makes people buy from them, yes. Exposure, good product, they're visible, we trust them, yes, Brenda. Very good. Do you agree that when you love someone, you're willing to give them almost anything? That was his second question to me. And I ask you the same thing. If I love my mom, I want to do anything for her. I want to give her almost anything. If I love my wife, anything. If I love my daughter, anything. Because I want to give them because I love them. Of course, yes? So herein lies your next major lesson from today's webinar. This is what my dad told me. What Apple, Amazon, McDonald's, and your local pizza joint all have in common is that they know how to make their clients love them. They know the marketing love languages down cold. Okay? You see, if you love Apple, you fight for Apple. You are like, I don't like Android users. Or if you love Android, you're like, I don't like Apple. You love them. You protect them. That's how much you love them, down to the fact of protecting them. You stand for their brand because you love them. Same with McDonald's. You love them. Maybe not always, but when you go there, you love them. And you can't wait for McDonald's. Okay? I love this. Thank you, Robert. Yes, true. Excellent. Now, do you agree that if you could cause your clients to love you much like they love Apple or McDonald's or Amazon or their local pizza joint, they'll be willing to give you and give you and give you and you'll become rich? If your clients love you, they will non-stop want to buy from you, want to promote you, want to give you anything they can do to help. I'll share success stories. I'll tell my friends about it. I'll leave good reviews. They want to give you and give you and give you because they love you. Yes? Of course. Yes, exactly. Good. So the question is, how can any business make the majority of their target market love them? How do you get the majority of your target market to love you? Yes, and if I have the right system, yes. Well, it's interesting to note that most parts of life, most parts of any organization cost money, and only one part earns money. Accounting costs money. Legal costs money. Delivering your product costs money. HR costs money. Management costs a lot of money. Staff costs money. Things cost money. What's the only part of a business that earns money? What's the only part that brings in money? Every other part of the business costs money. What's the one part that brings in money? Yeah, exactly, guys. It's the only part that earns money is marketing and sales. Because your marketing should sell. And if it doesn't sell so well, you have salespeople that also sell. Marketing makes us super known, super loved, super wanted, and super sold. Here's a hard pill to swallow. If people are not giving you money, you don't know how to market. Sorry to tell you, I know it's not very nice to hear, but if you don't have enough money, you don't know how to market. So how do you get people to fall in love with you? How do you get a person to remove their filter and instead wear binoculars that look for you? You know, people wear binoculars that look for Apple's newest release. They look for the marketing. How do you do that but for your business? To make yourself known, wanted, to get people to pay you, and thus to become wealthy and to succeed, you must learn all 5 components of the marketing love languages. Now, while we don't have time to dissect all 5 marketing love languages in this short webinar, we're going to focus on 3 of them today, and this alone will be an incredible start. If I had to go over all 5, we'd be here for 4 hours at least just for an intro to them, but you will learn the other 2 on your first course you'll do when you join the Money Mind program. See, the marketing love languages are a powerful wealth secret. Why? Because every person richer than you knows all 5 marketing love languages deeply, even if they don't explain it in the breakthrough way I'm about to expose you to. So maybe they don't call it the 5 marketing love languages, which is the way I view it, but they know the principles. They operate on the principles the same way. So they might not explain it like I do, but they know it well. Warning, they will seem too simple, yet they go deeper than you think. While they're similar to the usual love languages that you may have heard of, they have special rules and behaviors that make them unique and sometimes even opposite to the usual love languages. So let's have a look. The usual love language. Who knows the usual love languages? Just the normal love languages that is a common thing. I didn't make up the love languages. I made up the marketing love languages. I actually discovered them. But who knows the love languages, the typical love languages? Even if you don't know them by heart, but who's heard of it? Yeah, Dorothy, quality time, Myrtle, me, yes, Anita, yes, exactly. Yeah, okay, good, you know them, good. So here, let me just go over them with you very quickly. You've heard of them, yeah. The first one is physical touch. Basically, it's saying that the way you show love is by touch. Hugs, holding hands, cuddling with your spouse. You show it by touching, okay? Another way is by words of affirmation. Affirmation means that something is good or well done or you appreciate it or you like it. So words of affirmation can be if I tell my wife, you're amazing, or you're such a good hard worker, or I really admire the way you do this, or you look so nice today. Those are words of affirmation. Another one is quality time, okay? Quality time is basically one-on-one engaged time where you actually are caring for and connecting with the other person. And some people, they don't want physical touch, they don't want words of affirmation, they just want that time with you. Another one is acts of service. Acts of service is basically things that you do for the other person that you love just because you want to help them. So an act of service could be, hey, I cleaned up your desk. I cleaned it for you just for the fun of it. I wanted it to be nice for you. Or I'm going to go and I'm going to run and get you coffee in the morning because it's an act of service. I just want to run down and get you coffee so you wake up with coffee every day. That's my act of service. Or it's things that you do basically to help the other side and show them you love them through acts. And the fifth one is receiving gifts. Some people like to give love or receive love by gifts. You know, I come home with flowers or chocolates, or I buy you a experience, some kind of a gift that tells you, hey, I love you. The love languages theorize that the person you love likes to give or receive love in mainly one or two of the above, while you, their partner, may like to give or receive love in a different way. You must know your partner's love language in order to create love. So for example, maybe I really like acts of service, but my wife really wants quality time. So I give her acts of service. I go and I get her coffee, blah, 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 but no quality time. And she's like, oh, I'm not happy. Because I don't know that she needs quality time to build love. And she wants to give me quality time, but I'm busy. I don't have time for quality time. I just want her to help me, to show me that she loves me. And so as a result, I end up thinking, all she wants is time with me, but she won't do things for me. She doesn't love me, which is not true. She does. But you need to connect on a love language basis and do what the other person wants and cares about. So you connect on that level, right? This is the usual love languages, but marketing has love languages also. Makes so much sense. Brilliant. Thank you, Bridget. Now, rule number 1 in the marketing love languages, you're limited by only doing 1 or 2. So in the love languages, the usual ones, you have 1 or 2 that you have and that you like the most, and the other 3 or 4, irrelevant. In the marketing love languages, you must do all of them. You must become a professional in all 5. You must do all 5 for leads to love you, clients to love you, your boss to love you, and it even works for girls or boys or men or women to love you too. Okay, it works for any marketing you're doing, anything that you're trying to make yourself known, wanted, sold. the marketing love languages apply. So are you with me so far on the usual love languages? Yes. Beautiful. Okay, now let's see how this works with the marketing love languages. So we said these are the usual love languages. Let's start with one. What do you think physical touch equals in the marketing love languages? Because you have to realize, right? Marketing is something that goes far and wide. Like you're targeting a whole city, a whole country, many countries, continents. You're marketing wide. How do you physically touch people with marketing? Because you can't go and hug everyone. You can't go and hold everyone's hand. You can't do that. So how do you do it, but in marketing with physical touch? What does the same thing mean, but in the marketing love languages? Physical touch and marketing, talking to them, reaching out to them personally. Good. Now, Bridget, what if you can't reach out to every person personally? Do you think Apple reaches out to every person personally? It might look like it because they have an email that says, hello, Gal, I'm sending you info about the new iPhone, but it's not really personal, yes? A message that feels personal to you, not fair as I followed. Okay, yes, good, Ronald. Yes, social media. Yeah, so here's how it works. The usual love languages are physical touch, but with marketing, what you do is visibility. Visibility creates the physical touch. Yes, every single person, every single company that earns way more than you, number one, is more visible than you. They're there again and again and again and again and again, and they're visible. And it makes it feel like that brand or company is touching you. Yes, is exactly. Because we cannot physically touch the masses in marketing, as marketing is designed to reach many people that are at a distance from us, because if they weren't at a distance from us, then we would have just went and met them and sold them personally, yes? So in marketing, they're at a distance from us. The physical touch love language is done by being extremely visible, constantly being in front of people, touching people by being seen again and again and again. Everywhere you look, wow, Gal is there. Wow, Guaranteed Prosperity is there. Visible, 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 I touch you. What makes McDonald's more successful than your favorite burger joint? What do you think is the big difference? Let's have a look. Although your favorite burger joint tastes better, looks better, has better service, is a better product, compared to McDonald's, they're not as visible as McDonald's. You see, how many marketing messages is a person exposed to per day in the USA? Now, if you've heard it before, don't say it in the chat. Don't ruin it for everyone. But how many marketing messages is a person exposed to per day in the USA? You can even, if you don't know how to answer, how many marketing messages do you think that you saw yesterday in the last 24 hours? Bridget, hundreds. Okay, anyone other than Bridget brave enough to take a guess? Thousands, yes. Okay, let me ask you another question. Maybe this will be easier. 4,500. How many marketing messages are actually remembered per day? How many marketing messages did you remember from yesterday? 5. Exactly, 5. Maybe 1 or 2. 4, yeah, 2, 4, exactly. According to ChatGPT, in the USA, it's estimated that the average person is exposed to between 4,000 and 10,000 marketing messages per day. Yet they remember 2 to 3 messages, which means that 99.9% of the messages are lost. So 4 to 10,000 marketing messages per day, but you remember 2 or 3. 99.9% is gone, you understand? Yeah, exactly, Bridget. No wonder I'm tired at the end of the day, yes. 99.9% of all marketing campaigns fail. 99.9% of all marketing campaigns are not visible. 99.9% of all marketing campaigns push people away from us, which is the opposite of a love language. People filter us out. They don't see our message. We're a waste of time for them. We wasted our marketing money and our marketing efforts on 99.9% of them. We fell out of love. It's really, you fall out of love. You spend time, money, effort on touching them, Nothing happened. Yes, exactly, Anita. Now, what's the opposite of visibility? The opposite is invisibility. Invisibility. Are you with me? If you're not visible, I'm sorry to tell you, I know it's not a nice thing to tell someone, but you're invisible. You're invisible. How much content, okay, and I really need your guess here. How much content do you think is uploaded to YouTube daily, globally? How much content do you think is uploaded daily? Like, how many hours worth is uploaded daily? Too much, yes. 100 million hours, okay. How many hours worth is uploaded daily? What a realistic, something realistic that you think, like 20,000 hours worth a day. Well, here's the answer. Nice, Ronald. Millions. Yeah. 2.4 years worth of content is uploaded daily to YouTube. If you had to sit and watch everything that was uploaded yesterday, just yesterday, it would take you 2.5 years, day and night, non-stop, to watch everything that was uploaded just yesterday. 2.4 years. Wow, amazing. Yes, more than you can keep up with. Exactly. How many pieces of content are uploaded to Meta daily? How many like thousands of pieces of content do you think is uploaded to Meta daily? Not everybody uses Meta, right? Meta, by the way, is Instagram and Facebook. Okay? How many pieces of content are uploaded to Meta daily? Any guesses? Too much? Yes, Avery, you're right. A million? Millions a day. Yeah, here's what it is. 1 billion pieces of content are uploaded daily to Meta. Billion. Now let me ask you this. How many marketing pieces do you put out daily? How much marketing do you put out daily? How many pieces? Just how many pieces of content do you put out per day? Yeah, exactly, Anita. Good data storage business. Not enough. How many? 1, 2, less than 1, honestly. Exactly, Tressa. Hi, Tressa. 0, less than 1 per day. Exactly. How much do you put on YouTube, Instagram, Meta? 0. Yeah. Yeah. 3. Exactly. 0. Not enough. You are invisible. Invisible. You understand? That's really, it's invisible. If you're not putting something there, nobody sees you. How many people do you think see you monthly? Like, how many eyes do you think that you get? How many impressions does your content receive? You can see this on any of your stats. You can go on Instagram or TikTok or Facebook and see how many people saw your profile. What would you guess? How many people see your profile or your posts? Like 100, 200, 1,000, 500 monthly. Bridget, 500 monthly. Yeah. 100. Okay. 100 people monthly. Never check. Exactly. You need to check. This is part of your stats. If you're in marketing, you need to look. 600, 400. I'm going to tell you something. It's not enough. You're invisible. You're not even a teeny tiny drop in the ocean. Okay? So I've been applying what I teach you. And let me show you my personal, not business, numbers. This past month, I looked yesterday. On Instagram alone. This isn't including my YouTube, my TikTok, X, Threads, Snapchat, LinkedIn, Facebook, and WhatsApp status, which I post daily on. Okay? I post daily on all of those, and my businesses do. This is just my personal Instagram numbers, and I can show you this live. I screenshot this yesterday. These are my numbers. 529,000 views, 50,000 interactions, and 729 new followers just in the last month on my personal profile. 529,000, now we're starting to talk about becoming more visible. Okay, this is it's scratching the surface, but we're starting to become more visible. Holy cow, yes, amazing, thank you. This is very possible. I have been doing a lot of things and playing with it and doing different types of things that you'll learn about today, and it's very possible. Okay? Yeah. So, if you don't learn how to be extremely visible, you will not generate any love in your marketing. You killed the love before it even started. What does invisibility mean? Invisibility means that the people who know you are not enough to make you wealthy. Yes, you need to become much, much, much more visible. The successful people know the marketing love languages and they use them to become wealthy. Being invisible is a sure way to have zero love in marketing. It's the dark side. You don't want to be in the dark side. Luckily for you, the marketing love languages start at invisibility, and it's probably where you are at the moment. So you start at invisibility and you progress upwards. In today's webinar, some of you will be invited to my Money Mind program, which is $1,999 monthly. I told you about it, and in it you get access to a 6-part program called Removing Your Invisibility Cloak. It's the first program that I'll want you to do. If you join, I want to put you on a program called Removing Your Invisibility Cloak. It's next for you if you want to no longer be invisible. And so I'll be focusing on just this program today. On the Money Mind program, you get many, many, many different types of courses, okay? And you get a personalized program like I told you about. But for you that are on, if you sign up, if you get invited and sign up, you will actually start with Removing Your Invisibility Cloak, and I want to tell you all about what you will learn there. It's designed to get you to not only become visible like crazy, but to learn the secrets of how to attract human beings to your marketing. Any marketing. It gives you tools to stand out, to rise above the 99.9%, and to actually get your marketing to work. I'll be telling you more, plus a major gift for those that stay until the end. Now, 99.9% of people are invisible, you included, and so you cannot become wealthy since you don't know the first step of the 5 marketing love languages, which is how to stop this disease called invisibility. The result is that their efforts to market, their marketing actions make them poor. Literally, you invest, thank you, Robert, amazing. Luciana, cool, yes. You invest money, you spend time into marketing, but that makes you poor because if it doesn't bring you results, you have a leak. Money starts dripping out. It's like taking a medicine that kills you. Most people's marketing is medicine that kills them. They know they need it. They know it's good to market, but the more they do it, the more it kills them. So rule number 2 in the marketing love languages is that the opposite is often the right way. The opposite way is often the right way. If 99.9% of marketing fails, statistically speaking, if we do the opposite of what everyone does, we will win, right? Because if everyone's falling off a cliff over there, I should probably go that way because over there they're falling off a cliff, I'll go that way. Are you with me? So we sometimes need to do the opposite. If the marketing, in the marketing love languages, we sometimes need the opposite. Yes, thank you. I see your responses. Thank you. Now, what do you think is the most important thing that you need to know about marketing first? What do you think is the most important thing that you need to know about marketing? Any idea? And if you don't know, you can say, I don't know. Becoming visible. Yeah, what about it? What do you need to know? What's that thing that you need to know? Let's see. Who you're talking to, yeah. You see, most people think they need to know what to do. Yes, Robert. They think they need to know what to do, yet it's the opposite. It's the opposite. The most important thing to learn is what you must not do. What you must not do. Like if I'm going to be your personal trainer in the gym, the first thing I need to teach you is what not to do. Don't round your back, don't lift too heavy, don't have bad form. I need to show you what not to do. When you understand what not to do, now I can teach you what to do. So this brings us to the marketing mistakes and the next point in the marketing love languages. So this is where we were. The next point we'll cover today is quality time. What do you think quality time, okay, number 3, equals in the marketing love languages? What do you think quality time is? Because how do you spend quality time with someone when they're far away, you don't even know them? How do you have like a personal connection? How does that really work? Webinars, okay. Yes, but somewhat limited, Bridget. Engagement, okay. Nice, Tressa. How do you build quality time? And I'm going to give you a hint. It's the opposite, remember. Okay, I'm going to give it to you. What is quality time, but in the marketing love languages? Quantity time. Number of messages sent. Let it sink in. Quantity time is quality time in the marketing love languages. Yes, every single person, every single company that earns way more than you, number one, is more visible than you, and number two, puts out much more quantity than you. In marketing, often the opposite of quantity is the mistake of quality. You see, so what happens is I'll explain, but what happens is you don't have enough quantity. And so how do you create anything? So what happens is this. In marketing, too much quality is a mistake. Okay? If somebody said to me, would you rather send 100 flyers on thick paper, expensive, but we're going to make 100 of them, or 10,000 on toilet paper, 10,000 flyers printed on toilet paper, same price, either 100 nice ones or 10,000 on toilet paper. I'll take toilet paper any day of the week. Why? Because it's quantity. Sometimes people say, I cannot do anything with my marketing because it's not nice enough, or I don't look good enough on video, or I don't have the right editing yet, or they want the quality to be perfect. It's a mistake. Your target market does not need quality time. The way to establish quality time with your prospects is by being extremely visible with a lot of you, quantity of you. You need what I call quantity time. You need to be there again and again and again, and this will subconsciously create trust, create closeness, create love. I'm not against quality. Don't get me wrong, I'm not against quality. But to succeed, you must maintain an exact ratio between quality and quantity, and otherwise you will fail. You will fail otherwise. Do you understand? So we really, really, really need quantity, and most people don't do that. Most business owners and most businesses close within the first 5 years, and yet most business owners invest so much in the quality without creating the love by getting out there, by quantity. They want the perfect website. They invest a lot of money into it. They want perfect video editing, so they don't put out any content before they have it perfect. They want everything so nice, and they don't do anything. There's no quantity. How do you create the love? How do you show up? How do you create a connection like quality time when there's no quantity? Are you with me so far? Do you understand quantity time? Yes, good, Bridget. True, Myrtle. Yeah, excellent, Anthony. It's different, I know, but it's what's needed. Bongani, yes, makes so much sense. Good, Robert. Exhausting sounding. Well, it's much more exhausting to be frustrated by not growing. It actually becomes really fun. When it starts working, it's fun. When it starts making money, it's really nice. True, yes. I told you we'll cover 3 of the marketing love languages today, and we will. But first, I want to expose you to some of the common mistakes that people make in marketing. These mistakes are the cloaks put over your eyes, making you both blind and invisible. So it's like I put something over your eyes, nobody sees you, and you don't see either. So the second big mistake is, we said the first big mistake is too much quality. The second is, and most businesses know they need a website. This is a big marketing mistake. If you don't know how to make your website adhere to the marketing love language technology first, which you will learn in the Removing Your Invisibility Cloak course, the website will not be used, and you'll need to redo it, and it will result in a loss. I can almost guarantee that your website currently has major money-sucking mistakes. People invest tons of money into a website, not that many people go on the website, and if they do, it doesn't even work. Not that it doesn't work technically, although I've seen it not work technically. Some things are broken, but it doesn't convert people into actually buying from you. The next mistake, which is a visibility destroyer, is branding. Yes, branding is a waste of money and time if it's done at the incorrect stage of the business. Investing in a logo, colors, fonts, letterheads, etc. It's a waste of time. It's a total waste, and it will not make anyone buy from you, and hence it violates the 5 marketing love languages, and it will contribute to your failure. I've seen people spend tons of money on branding because they think that's what they need right now, but it's not important yet. I'm not against branding. It's just not important yet. Next, I'm sure you heard that you need to run paid ads. Yes, everybody wants to run paid ads. But I would rather suggest that you go to Vegas. You can go and gamble in Vegas. It's probably a better use of your money. You'll make more money there. It's usually a gamble, unless you've discovered something I'll be teaching you today first. Then tested it organically, which means free and without money behind it. Just usual posting, okay? Yeah, Vegas would be more fun. Okay, so you need to use what I teach you today. You test it for free. You post it organically, no money behind it. Then you isolate, you find the best of your organic posts, and then you put money behind those. Not just, I'm going to put paid ads onto something that I haven't yet tested organically. Here's another major marketing takeaway from this webinar. You must first have organic, free marketing that works before you ever invest a cent into paid marketing. The free stuff needs to work. Then you put money into it. And most people do it the other way around. Big yes on testing organically first. Thank you, Tressa. Yeah. In other words, before you figured out how to stop being invisible, before you learn the data in removing your invisibility cloak, which is included as part of the Money Mind program, paid marketing will be the medicine that kills you. The next mistake is having no marketing at all. The basic lie that people operate on is, if I'll be good enough, they will come. I don't need to market. This is not true, and it's not how it works. The only thing that comes towards you are bills that usually you can't pay. Yet again, you'll remain invisible to your market with zero quantity time while being very visible to your debt collectors. The cousin to this mistake, by the way, is saying all we need is our word of mouth. Okay? Only word of mouth is highly temporary and fragile, and 99% of the time leads to failure. People that rely only on word of mouth are in a very dangerous state. You can't just have word of mouth. You must market. Everyone with me so far? We're going over the mistakes. This is a chance to use the chat to participate. And you'll see the more you participate, the more you'll get out of today. Yes, amazing. Thank you. And I also appreciate it when you use the chat, because I know I'm talking to someone and I'm not just kind of speaking to thin air. So thank you for your responses. Excellent. Good. Now, marketing mistakes number 6, following the current trend. You're welcome, Bobby. Amazing insights. Thank you. Every so often, there's a new trend, a different media that you believe you need. It used to be Facebook, and then you had to be on Instagram, and later you could not survive without TikTok, and from time to time it's YouTube that you must master. And of course, don't forget that LinkedIn is a must for business. Yet the media you use to market is actually almost irrelevant, and the constant jump from one platform to another prevents you from mastering any. The platform is almost irrelevant. Pick one, get good at it. But what's relevant is how to make it adhere to the data that you will learn in removing your invisibility cloak program. That's the most important thing. The next mistake, which is another invisibility cloak, is how do you deliver your content? How to deliver the content. It started with, you must have an ebook, and then you can't succeed without a podcast. And if you really want to succeed, you must write a book. And then it becomes, you need daily videos. And then the videos must be vertical. And shortly after, the videos had to be short videos, less than 1 minute long. And before you manage to figure out how to get your message within a 1-minute video, TikTok changed its platform and it allowed now for 10-minute videos. And just when you manage to re-record your videos, it starts to support 1-hour videos. Nonsense. How you deliver the content is almost irrelevant. What is relevant is how to take your content from invisible to visible, which you will learn in the Removing Your Invisibility Cloak program, which is part of the Money Mind. Are you with me so far? Excellent. Thank you, Anwar. Yes. Good. Okay, good. There are many more ways to incorrectly market, okay? Making more and more products or services, hoping that these will sell better. You know, sometimes you constantly put out new services, hoping that people will like those more. Pictures with celebrities, hoping that this will make you visible. paying for big networking events, hoping that you'll meet the one in business. I'll meet somebody amazing if I pay lots of money to this networking event. Lying in your marketing. Doing this will destroy your business. Never lie. Promising more than you can deliver. Not following up, and many more ways. There are 5 correct ways to market, which is the 5 marketing love languages, and infinite incorrect ways to market. So how do you become visible? The first thing you must discover, the word is discover, like Columbus discovered America, is the next marketing love language, and I'm going to give it to you now. You have to discover what's happening here, okay? So this is where we were at, okay? The next point that we'll cover today is words of affirmation. What do you think words of affirmation equal in the marketing love languages? What do you think? What is words of affirmation in the marketing love languages? Any idea? And if you don't know, you can say I don't know. Okay, good, Bridget. Okay, I don't know. Yeah, so let's have a look. What it is something called the button, message, emotion, and one more thing. Okay? In marketing, there's something called the button, and you must learn about it. This works on getting the girl or the boy, catching a prospect's eyes, having your child follow your instructions, or getting your boss to open the email. It works for anything. Okay? It doesn't matter what type of marketing. If you know the button, it works. The message is then what follows in your marketing. It's what you want to communicate. Okay? Now, a button is not a hook. A button is not clickbait. Everyone says to me, oh, you mean a hook? No. They say, oh, you something clickbaity? No. A button is something totally different. In marketing, the button is a split-second subliminal attraction to a specific word or picture that forces a person to feel that they must find out more. It's something very specific. It's an unavoidable reaction, and it makes your prospect have to act. You must know this technology to become visible, to rise above the noise of the 99.9%. You must first and foremost discover the button for your marketing in your business. So your marketing, your business has a button that you should be using daily, and you have to discover it. You must discover it much like Columbus discovered America. Okay, you have to find it, but in your business. The ability to isolate the button is one of the most important abilities in marketing, and since there are only a handful of people that actually know how to discover the buttons, most marketing fails. The answers lie in removing your invisibility cloak, which you will get as your first course on the Money Mind. I found no AI, no guru, no trainer that can teach you our technology for isolating the button for your business. This specific technique is a well-kept trade secret which you will learn about. Rule 3 in the marketing love languages. Unlike the love languages, the marketing love languages are a process, and you'll have to execute all the steps in the exact order, since it's a science, not an art, and each step results in actual measurable improvements. So you do them one by one, and all of a sudden money comes in. Now with the button, there's one more important thing that you must find, okay? You must find it. You need to isolate the emotion connected to the button, which ensures the button will be pressed. Every button has an emotion linked with it. Fear, excitement, stress, happiness, etc. These are emotions. You need to learn about emotions. You have to know how to generate emotions in your client. Finding the button without also isolating the emotion makes the button much less effective. We worked with a company years ago that sold gardening products. They found that effective fertilizer was the button. They sold many gardening things, but people really wanted effective fertilizer. But they wrongly thought that people buying fertilizer in their target market wanted beauty, joy, aesthetics. And so they promoted, do you want a beautiful garden? We have the most effective fertilizer for you. It didn't work. They went with beauty. It didn't work. Why do you think it didn't work? Why did that not work? What do you think it was? How do I know if my button is not a bait? This is what you learn on the Removing Your Invisibility Cloak, Bongani. It's exactly that. You need to discover that. You need to find the technology, and nobody knows it. No, it was a button. It was a button, actually. Anthony, that was the button. Effective fertilizer. But it didn't work when they said, do you want a beautiful garden? People wanted fertilizer that grows veggies. No, it wasn't that either, Avery. It wasn't the point. Yes, Brenda. Yes, you're on the right track. I think you've seen this before, potentially. I'm guessing you've seen it before. If you guys have seen it before, don't give away the answer so that everyone else can find it. Yes. Okay, so let's see why it didn't work, and this will be interesting, okay? By using the hidden technology that you learn in Removing Your Invisibility Cloak, they found that there was an emotion connected to fertilizer. And that emotion was actually anger. People were pissed off about the damn bugs. That's what they were pissed off. When they bought fertilizer, they were pissed off. And that was the issue. People were angry about the damn fertilizer. And this is really groundbreaking because then, once that was discovered, what happened was fascinating. They started to promote this instead. Do you want to kill the freaking bugs? We have the most effective fertilizer for you. And everything changed for them. They went from, oh, beautiful garden, to kill the freaking bugs. The fertilizer sales brought people to their gardening store. The gardening store got more and more leads coming in who started buying plants for their home, larger landscaping projects, etc. They found the button and emotion, and that's the key. So my first money back guarantee to you, if you join the Money Mind, is that I'll teach you how to discover, like Columbus, the button for your product or service. And you need it. You'll become visible. And when you're visible, I can tell you from experience, money comes to you, opportunities come to you, income comes to you, clients come to you, and mostly you'll inject joy to life, and you won't just wait for joy in life. You won't just wait. You will put the joy there, guaranteed. Plus, as I said, point 2 of the marketing love languages, it's not just the button. It's the button, the message, the emotion, and one more thing. Now, before I explain the message and that one more thing, some of you may be thinking, but marketing is complex. It never worked for me. Like, you have many, many letdowns on the subject of marketing. I don't know if that's true for you. Do you feel that way? That for you, marketing has many letdowns and it never worked for you, and it's not such a good thing to invest in because it hasn't always worked, and so you have a negative feeling about it. Yes. Yeah, exactly. That's what I've found with most people. They really are starting to give up on marketing. It's not complex. Once you know anything, it's simple. Remember, as we said at the beginning of this presentation, I'm looking for simple and workable. At the beginning, it was very complicated to drive a car. Today, you drive a car while texting and while doing your makeup and while talking to people and while doing a million things. You're blasting music, you can drive. Yeah, it drives itself now, Bridget, exactly. I never use it effectively. Correct, Bungani. Once you learned all 5 marketing love languages, it becomes so easy that you can apply it into more and more businesses, and you can have multiple streams of income. So once you know this, it becomes very, 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 very simple and powerful and easy. In marketing, it's not the quality of your product nor the price. It's visibility. Who knows you? That's what we're looking for. Who knows you? That's really what I care about. I'm visible. I'm extremely visible, as you guys saw. The most successful, often famous people in Cape Town, where I live, they know me now. Celebrities. Did they know me when I just arrived to Cape Town? No. Did they want to know me when I just arrived? No, they didn't know me. But they know me now, since I know visibility. So to learn how to become visible, we said you need 3 things. The button, the message, the emotion, and one more thing. You need to find the button and the linked emotion. It must be exact. You cannot miss, as otherwise the whole marketing will be a miss. So that's number 1. You don't want the whole marketing to be a miss. You need something specific. The first thing is the button and the linked emotion. Wonderful, okay? Now, 2, you must correctly craft your message. The message is what will get them to understand. Oh, this is what this guy is promoting. It will get them to really understand. Once you have the button and the linked emotion, you will rise above the 99.9%, and then your prospect will read your message. So first you have the button and the emotion. Now the person starts reading what it is that you're promoting in your business. But even the message must be something that will cause them to act with a very specific emotional reaction. Without the emotion in the message, there won't be any action. And you've wasted a golden opportunity that may never repeat. So you must be an expert at generating emotion. The button, message, emotion, and one more thing. Any idea what is that one more thing? What's the one more thing? And if you've heard this before, don't give it away for people. But what would that one more thing be? What's that one more thing that we need? And if you don't know, again, I like it if you say, I don't know. Urgency, okay, no idea, okay. That's totally fine, no idea is good. Okay, let's see. You must find the positioning. Now, positioning might be a brand new word for you, okay? I'm gonna explain, okay? But this is a technology you have to know, positioning. Positioning is a special marketing method to cause a person to have an instant opinion, good or bad, about something that he knows nothing about. Without proper positioning, the message will be too long to read, too complicated to understand, and you will not have a sale. Okay? So positioning is something that you take your product and you compare it to something that everybody knows. And when they're next to each other, I now don't know anything about your product, but I compare it to something that somebody knows, and now I have an opinion. So for example, let's say that I'm opening a burger restaurant. I could say, my burger joint is the Rolex of burger restaurants. Now you think, whoa, Rolex, it's very expensive, very high quality. This must be a really good burger joint. You don't know anything about my burger joint. You don't know anything about it, but you have an opinion because I used positioning. You understand? So your company, your product must have positioning. Must. Wow, beautiful. Thank you, Bobby. I want to show you something from the removing your invisibility cloak on positioning. I'm showing you a slide out of there because in there I teach you all about how to create positioning for your business, okay? So this is from within the removing your invisibility cloak course. I asked everyone, what is one of the best champagne brands in the world? Do you know, by the way? You can tell me if you know it. One of the best champagne brands in the world. Yes, marketing is very fun. Moe, that's one of them. Yes, there's another one that I'm thinking of. Yes, good. Exactly, Avery. Yes, Avery got it. There's many. The ones you wrote I know are very good, but many know Dom Perignon. It's considered very expensive, very high quality. Okay? Now have a look at this. This is something that I found. It was a positioning that I randomly found on social media. Okay? This came up for me. Extra wallets. It said the Dom Perignon of wallets. Now, I don't know anything about this wallet company, but I know Dom Perignon, and I immediately go, wow, must be expensive, must be high quality, must be rare, must be fancy, because they used positioning. Do you understand? Are you with me? Yeah, good. What's the purpose of positioning? Well, okay, this is from within the removing your invisibility cloak. It's hidden because it won't make sense to you unless you've learned all the data about positioning, but I'm going to teach you the purpose of positioning. Now, here's another one I saw. Introducing the Tesla of wallets. This company's ads came up for me again. They said it's the Tesla of wallets. Wow. So it sounds like maybe it's very technologically advanced. Maybe it's very efficient. I don't know. High quality, futuristic. That's what they did. Now, I know you don't yet fully understand the technology of positioning, but these examples showcase someone that does, and you should too. In the Removing Your Invisibility Cloak series, you will learn how to create the technology of buttons, why positioning and message for your business, so you will really learn about it. You must find your business's positioning. Positioning is a lost art that big brands use on you, and maybe you should now use it on others, right? Without proper positioning, your message will be too long to read, or too complicated to understand, or too easy to overlook, and you will not have a sale. I'm looking for you to have sales. Positioning helps. So how do you know you're visible? Because you have enough prospects that you can choose which ones you want to sell to, as I do. Thank you, Dorothy. Really helpful framing. Good. And that's exactly what I'm going to teach you in removing your invisibility cloak. But as I said, when I learned marketing from my dad, it was with learning a lot about the basics of income and how to make income, just the basics. Aside from marketing, I knew a lot of basics. It's the fundamental knowledge on making money, and you need it too. So I asked my dad to give approval to give anyone that stays to the end of this presentation a program that we run called the Money Mind Launchpad course. It's $349 on our website. You can go find it. I'm giving it to you free to anyone that stays to the end, okay? And it's going to give you 5 recordings that teach vital basics of business principles. It's wow. Now, you think basics? Basics are everything. Bruce Lee said he doesn't fear the man that knows 10,000 kicks. He fears the man who practiced one kick 10,000 times, meaning the basics well. And this is going to give this incredible gift to you just for staying to the end. Nice. Yes. Wow. This is love. Yes, Robert. You're welcome, Bobby. And I have another gift coming. Okay. See, my life is divided to 2 parts. You're very welcome, Brenda. My life before I learned all 5 of the marketing love languages, and my life after. I want to tell you this because it will give you some understanding and some scope as to what you'll have. And it tells you a little bit about my story. Many of you don't know me. The reason I'm telling you about my life before and after is because I want to describe to you how your life will improve once you learn it by showing you what happened to my life. You see, my life was not always full of great marketing, businesses, income, success, and joy. It just wasn't. Actually, quite early in my adult life, I hit a major disaster. It was a really tough time. I'll tell you the story. When I was 19, I had a vision of how my life would go. My whole life was in the USA at the time. And then things changed for the worst and very fast when my visa got denied. I was never American. I actually was born in South Africa, and my visa got denied. I was kicked out of the country, not because I stayed illegally. I actually left on time. But when I tried to re-enter, they said, no, your visa is denied. I was forced to part with my family, my friends, my everything. My future died in a second. Before I knew it, I was sent alone on a plane to the unknown. I found myself in South Africa. This is 14 years ago, invisible. No friends, no job, no home, no future. But it was fine. It would only be for 10 days or so, they told me. My attorney said 10 days. Yet 10 days became a month, became 6 months, became years. I only went home 3.5 years later. In those 3.5 years, a lot happened. But I did not do well at the beginning at all. Life was hard and I was really stuck. In fact, I was doing everything wrong. I did not want to be there. I missed home. I was sleeping in my grandma's small flat. A flat is an apartment. I had very little money, no girlfriend, no car. Yeah, it's crazy. It was such a tough time. I was lost. I was losing my life. I wasn't just losing in life. I was losing my life. I was smearing my time with some gym and a lot of partying. Just went out partying. That was until a very bad thing happened to me, or so I thought at the time, when I ran out of money. The wake-up call came when I asked my dad to help me financially, and he refused. My dad had money, so I said, hey, can you help me? He said no, and I was devastated. My dad said, I will not give you money, but I'll offer you knowledge, and other than that, you're on your own. And I was sure he was being so unreasonable. Like, you're not giving me money, I'm stuck here outside the country, I need your help. And he said, no, if you learn, you'll be able to make money. But he didn't give it to me. My dad said he'd teach me the 5 marketing love languages, and he said this would solve my problems. He said I have to know all 5. I was broke. How could this help? Like, how could I learn what my dad knew? He made $100 million by 31, $1 billion today. How can I, the one that was losing in life, get even close? I needed money, not some 5 marketing love languages. But I had no choice. I had to give it a shot. I knew he had results, and I knew I should at least try to learn and apply what he suggested. After all, I was a loser. I was doing nothing. I was struggling. Like, what have I got? I was very doubtful. I thought I needed money and not knowledge, but I had no choice, and so I figured out I must learn if I want to change my life. And so I asked him, okay, what's the first thing I need to learn? And he said, point 2 of the marketing love languages, the button, message, emotion, and positioning. Well, okay, I learned, but I didn't just learn. I also diligently practiced. I had no other choice. And I applied, and I became an expert in discovering buttons, messages, plus the linked emotion and positioning. And as a result, I stopped being invisible, and I became super visible and fast. And my life changed, and my bank account changed. What happened next was a wild ride. By applying the knowledge that you will learn in the Removing Your Invisibility Cloak, by the age of 22, I co-founded, owned, and marketed the famous We Love Summer Music Festival, and I became the owner of one of the biggest events companies in South Africa. It grew from tiny house parties to massive music festivals. Money became not a problem. I got my own place. Life became a beautiful adventure. The next year or two, I got a girlfriend. I created 3 more brands, purchased property. I created multiple streams of income, and I made more money than I imagined, and I never looked back. And my students do it even better than me. We made so much money that I started a short-term money lending company called Empower Funding. We lend millions to real estate deals. Thank you, Bongani. Yes, Suresh. That's what happened to me, and this is what will happen to you once you've learned more and more about marketing, plus the other parts of running a business. You've got to learn it all, okay? It's not a one-stop shop silver bullet. You have to learn marketing and a lot. More importantly than me, we've helped thousands of people to get out of debt, to make money, and to create the life they always knew they can create. Your first action will be the Removing Your Invisibility Cloak course. In the first 3 hours, you will know how to become visible, and you will handle your most basic marketing problem, which is you're not visible. I'm so sure that you'll get the expected results that I'm giving you, not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6, but 7. Yes, 7 money-back guarantees. If any of these don't happen in the first 3 weeks, you get your money back. My first guarantee is I'll teach you how to discover the button for your product or service. My second guarantee is my coaches will take your marketing actions from the Removing Your Invisibility Cloak and correct them, which means for you 100% success guaranteed, hundreds of dollars of value, because we're going to help you to improve your marketing. We'll tell you, don't put out this ad, do this, change that. My third guarantee is if you will participate with the guidance of my coaches, you will understand and be able to apply the material. My fourth guarantee is you will learn how to use a marketing technique called positioning, which you now know, a lost art that big brands use on you. My first guarantee, my second guarantee, my third, my fourth, my fifth, my sixth guarantee, and my seventh, I'm going to tell you in a second. My fifth guarantee is this. As soon as you will apply what I've taught you in the course, you will start to make money. My sixth guarantee, you will get action-based marketing knowledge not taught anywhere else. Trade secrets, and this plus the rest of the data on the Money Mind program will ensure that as soon as you click on the link today and start applying those principles to your life, you will make money and improve your life immediately, guaranteed. My seventh guarantee is you'll be able to ask my coaches via WhatsApp any questions on what you learn in the Money Mind for as long as you're on the program. If you're on the program for a year, you have a year of access to a personal coach to help you. That's invaluable. And if you do the course and you don't get these guarantees within 3 weeks, okay, if you don't get this in 3 weeks, get your money back and keep the Removing Your Invisibility Cloak materials. It's an insane guarantee. 3 weeks, and if not, keep the cloak materials. Plus, I have a couple more offers coming soon that make this a no-brainer and no risk for you if you want to finally handle your marketing, your business, and start to become visible and expanding. Here's a massive cherry on top. Because my purpose is to help, I want to give you all the support I possibly can. As I said, the Money Mind starts with specific questionnaires and tests, business questionnaire, IQ, personality, aptitude tests, and so I can measurably find your blind spots. I'm going to work with you, test you, find the areas that you need help on, and I'm going to build you a tailor-made program. You then get a one-on-one strategy call with me where we create a custom plan for how we're going to explode your business and income while putting you in a personally badass condition, from being a victim or for not doing well to being a badass. Weekly, you get invites to my live mentoring and coaching calls, which are amazing, and you get access to an international network of powerful people learning and growing together. In these calls, my clients get to ask me any questions, any support, help, ideas, problem solving. And on these calls, I give additional knowledge that I don't teach on any platform. Secrets that my dad taught me worth thousands of dollars, at least that's what my clients say, and tools that I only share with my team and my executives, my personal team and executives. You get a mentor holding your hand as you progress on your journey. So you're never left alone, and additionally, you have a coach to WhatsApp or email at any time. That's the money mind. But there's something I didn't tell you. This is a very important time in my life. Since you happen to be watching this webinar during this time, I'm going to give you an extra special discount. And if you'll be able to get in, I only take on 10 students per month with this offer. That includes my coaches working with you, ensuring you get the needed results. And it's specially limited since I'm about to give you this giant discount. As I said, the cost of the money mind should be $1,999 monthly. But if your income goes up by $10,000 or $20,000 a year, it's a great deal. $2,000, but it goes up by $220, I'll take it. Nonetheless, today is very special, and so I'm going to give you a very special discount, which I call the newborn discount. And the reason you're going to get such a special discount, and it has this name, is I just recently had a baby. Yes, at the end of January, my firstborn, my daughter Atlas, was born, and therefore I'm going to give you a present. Thank you. I'm giving you a present. Thank you, Bridget. A massive discount so you can easily be able to afford this must-have program and start the Removing Your Invisibility program, which is packed with marketing information you've never ever heard, guaranteed, is filled with all the data you need to discover the button, establish the message, and develop your positioning. Thank you, Brenda. And it has the next 2 marketing love languages, which we didn't get to go over. It's fully guaranteed with my ironclad 7 guarantees or your money back and keep the materials. So how do I start? You register now since you get the newborn discount, but you must register before you see the ugly sold out banner. Thank you, Bongani. So what's the discount? Here it comes. Are you ready? If you're serious about making money, about being visible, about learning how to market for real, the money mind is not $1,999 monthly. It is only $1,999 yearly. But wait, even better, I have a way for you to pay weekly, and you can cancel anytime, no commitment. Weekly. It's $197 once off, which includes a strategy call with me, and then it's just $59 a week. $59 a week. But today only, the strategy call price drops from $197 to $38 only. I'm making it crazy affordable. $38 only, meaning you can start today for only $97. This includes the testing, all 4 tests, the strategy call with me personally, a tailored program, plus the weekly live coaching, plus included is the Removing Your Invisibility course, 6 recordings, 10 plus hours, teaching you marketing secrets, how to make your clients feel emotion, how to discover your button, how to discover and use your positioning, and the other 2 marketing love languages, plus much more. Yes, Myrtle, it's crazy. Wow. All for $97 today for week 1. And then it drops. It doesn't go up. It drops to $59 per week thereafter, and cancel anytime. So I don't care. If you sign up today and stay on for 1 week, do the Invisibility course, join one of our live coaching calls, and you decide to cancel, great. You got it all for $97. I don't care. Or you'll see that there's a lot of power in it, and you will want to stay because you'll invest $97 or $59 a week, but you'll make 20 times that a week, and it starts to become well worth it. And it's not only $59 a week in money. You personally will be less worried, more motivated, more driven. It's a huge, gigantic discount with 7 money-back guarantees, 0 risk, huge income to gain. Bridget's so amazing, yes. So you must register. You go to gprosperity.com/moneymind. The full year is discounted to $1,999 yearly, which is the best offer. It's a major discount, plus you get bonuses. So if you can pay up front, it's the best. Or weekly for only $59 plus $197 for the strategy call. But today only, the strategy call is only $37. So you only pay $97 today total for the first week, and then $59 per week thereafter. And you can cancel any time. It's a no-brainer. And this includes the removing your invisibility cloak. By the way, if you go on our website and want to buy just the removing your invisibility cloak, it will cost you $459. Just go look. But you get it all for $97. And I don't care, do the whole course this week, cancel. I don't care. I want you to have the data. I want you to improve. Here's the link, gprosperity.com/moneymind. Okay, and I'll put the link in the chat. Now, I have a bit more material coming for those that want to stay on, but I highly suggest you register right now. There may be a recording, Ishita. There may be a recording of this session from today. Now, if you're wondering if you should join the MoneyMind program and get instant access to the Removing Your Invisibility Cloak course, here are some common questions. How long before I'll be able to become visible? It will not be years before you'll start to reverse the downhill spiral of your business. In fact, it will not be months nor weeks. It will be hours. The Removing Your Invisibility Cloak course is composed of 6 1.5-hour lessons, yet within the first 3 hours, you'll be able to start becoming visible. The first 3 hours, you will message me and say, wow, Gal, this was incredible. I guarantee it. Anyone that did the Removing Your Invisibility Cloak course has that same reaction. So go to that link. Plus, you want to know the biggest offer I have? I haven't even told you the biggest offer. Available only for those that are fast decision makers. Only for those that sign up within the next 30 minutes, here's what I'm offering. Every single thing I said my coaches would support you on, okay? If you don't remember, I said my coaches will take your marketing actions and correct them. The guidance of my coaches, you'll be able to apply the material. I said that you'll be able to ask my coaches via WhatsApp any questions, okay? In my 7 guarantees, there was a lot of help from my coaches, okay? I'm no longer offering them. For the next 30 minutes, I'm offering me. I'll be guaranteeing these results for you included. I will be working with you. Thousands of dollars of value to have me. As soon as you sign up, I'll personally connect with you via WhatsApp. Not one of my coaches, not an AI bot, me. Why do I say not an AI bot? Here's what one of my clients wrote to me. He said, on a side note, is this you or are you using ChatGPT? LOL, I don't want you to burn out before I have to complete the course. How do you deal with having so many people to work with? How do you and your dad keep giving the personal attention? And I said, this is me, not ChatGPT. I'm super organized. You learn about that too if you continue with us. Also, not every client gets personal access. So you won't have an AI bot. You'll have me. Okay? Here's the link. And remember, the MoneyMind Launchpad course, which is $349 on our site, as a special gift for anyone that stayed to right now, you'll get it free. Just email me, gal@gprosperity.com for access, and I'll send it to you immediately. Ishita asked, I'm not sure if you covered this. How do your strategies work in the current business scenario with Trump and changes in policy, which has impacted our business? If you know how to market, it doesn't matter what's happening with the economy. It doesn't matter what's happening with politics. If you are an amazing marketer, you will be able to use that opportunity to explode. In fact, our clients did some of their best work when times were tough, like COVID. But for those that sign up in the next 30 minutes, you'll not just get this course. Another offer for the next 30 minutes. You will get the 6 recordings, which is 18 hours of Meir Ezra's Business Launchpad, worth $229 included. This is major. I'm giving you a 6 recording program from Meir Ezra, my dad, included if you sign up right now to the MoneyMind. It's massive. Ishita, you're welcome. It's worth more than gold, as this data has saved more businesses than we can count. It's 10 hours of the most fundamental business tools in the world. Oh no, it's 18 hours. It shouldn't say 10. 18 included. So you get Removing Your Invisibility Cloak, $459 value, plus thousands of dollars of course access, and you get the Business Launchpad, $229 included, yours for life. You get lifetime access, plus my support for $97 for the next 30 minutes only. Don't miss it. You're competing against a limited number of spots taking this discount. I only take on 10 people monthly. Here's the link, and I'll put it in the chat again, okay? Ronald, thank you. I had 1.5 hour blocked and I have to run. Amazing webinar, Gal, really awesome. You're welcome, Ronald. I'll see you, and I would love to see you on the Money Mind, Ronald. Join the Money Mind. We need to start working together. Another big bonus. This is a tax-deductible expense. Do what the wealthy do. Invest in yourself. Make more money. Pay as little tax as legally possible. You understand? If you invest into the course, you pay less taxes. It's a tax-deductible expense. Now, what if I have a major problem that prevents me from taking the course? Well, you'll have to take the course, since once you handle your marketing problems, you'll handle your money problems. And once you handle your money problems, you practically have no problems in business. In business, most problems are solved with money, okay? If you have enough money, you can expand. Of course, if you need any kind of help to make it happen to join, or if you have any situation with the link or the card, or you want to arrange a different payment method, write to me, gal@gprosperity.com. Here's the link, gprosperity.com/moneymind. I thought the Money Mind is more expensive than just $97 today and then $59 weekly. Well, you're right, usually it is, and it should cost as much as a small car. It should cost $1,999 monthly, but it doesn't. Why? Because I want to help the masses. I want to create 10,000 ethical millionaires. And so I have bundled what would have cost a lot separately. Basically, I know this. If I'll help you, I know you will help me. Your success is my marketing. And since I'm Jewish and I look for cheap marketing, it's a joke, there's no cheaper marketing than showcasing your success. So you understand, if you do well, I give you something low cost, but it makes you do well, I know you'll promote me. I know you'll help me. Today has 10 spots available. The amount of one-on-one time it takes means I can only take on a certain batch of people at a time. Here's the link. Again, gprosperity.com/moneymind. Someone says, I'm not sure if I can afford this expense, which is $97 if you can't afford it. But someone might say, look, 97 is a lot. Now look, it's not an expense. It's an investment. And I'm not just saying that in order to get you on the course. You have a money back guarantee that if you complete the course within 3 weeks, participate and apply it, and the course isn't worth the money that you spent on it, money back, no questions asked. It's a no-brainer. Yeah, Bridget, yes, I signed up. It's a no-brainer. Amazing, Bridget. I can't wait to work with you. Amazing deal. Yes, it is, Baya. I also want to say that if you've been working for 5, 10, 15, 20 years and you don't have a few $1,000s, not $97, if you don't have a few $1,000s to invest in yourself, you better do something different to invest in yourself. And that's the most effective thing you can do. Yes, you will earn your button. Exactly, Bridget. Understand this, you can reach your success faster than me, you can get out of debt faster than I did, and you can make as much money as you want faster than me. Now, what if I'll not get it 100%? And I heard this course has a lot of material. Will I be able to learn all of it? Some courses leave you hanging. Here's the answer. You buy them, there's no support for your study. Well, that's why I have my second money back guarantee. In part 5 of the Removing Your Invisibility Cloak course, I give you a 14-step tool, which is very simple to do, yet can only be done once you've studied the specialized material, which is in parts 1 through 4. So you learn all the background data in parts 1 through 4, and then, whoa, you can study this 14-step checklist in part 5. It's a sort of checklist designed to ensure that you can successfully sell any product or service. That alone is worth, honestly, tens of thousands of dollars. My coaches, or me, if you sign up within 30 minutes, will take the steps you do in this assignment and assist your marketing actions and correct them, which means for you, 100% success, guaranteed thousands of dollars of value. Plus, as part of the Money Mind program, in the strategy session, which is, by the way, the strategy session is also worth $499 hourly. That's how much I cost hourly. I'll assist you to uncover the hidden problems that you don't see that's stopping you from achieving success. Plus, my third money back guarantee, as I said, as a special free service only for people on this webinar, if you participate with my guidance, you will understand and be able to apply the material. So that should answer the question of what if I'll not get it 100%, or I heard this course has a lot of material, what if I'll not be able to apply all of it? It should answer that. So again, there's the link. I'm going to put it in the chat again. Register. I know how to market, you see, and so I not only apply it to my businesses, but I know how to teach marketing to ensure anyone can learn how to market like me. Bongani, this is really refreshing. Thank you, Gal. I have to go now, but I'll stay in touch. You're very welcome, Bongani. Register. Take advantage of this offer. It's no-brainer. If I was on my last $97, I would spend it on this. Another common question. What if I'm an employee? Is this for me? Absolutely. Did you know that 40% of millionaires work for other people? I would too. Thank you, Bridget. 40% of millionaires work for other people. That means some employees know how to grow in the company and reach the top. How? Because they know how to market themselves. They learn more and more about business. And you must learn this too in order to get raises, promotions, and job offers. You will become visible. You will know the button, message, and positioning around those you work with. And you will be there with quantity of you. You will be the only person that takes destiny into their own hands, since you market yourself and you don't wait and hope for someone to come and offer you a job or promotion, because you know how to market. So the link is gprosperity.com/moneymind. Register. How will knowing how to market help me? Sometimes people say, I don't really need to know how to market. To answer this, I have to compare my life to the person that asks me this question. You see, correct marketing will allow you to, 1, have much more income. 2, people will want to work with you. 3, you will become organized and recognized. And 4, expansion happens almost miraculously. And 5, you unlock access to more free time. I want you to look for real at how much that's worth for you. Since I know how to market, I take vacations across the globe every few months. You see, this was us in Jordan, Bali, Hawaii. This is me and my wife, right? By the way, this is in Italy, Positano, Maldives, Oregon, Cape Town, of course, the Philippines, and Greece, and Switzerland. So we've traveled a lot, and it's due to knowing how to market. You're very, very close to a life like mine. Ask yourself if a life like mine is what you would want and how much that would be worth for you. No debt, high income, real estate, lots of real estate, and very importantly, most importantly, businesses that help many people. The most beautiful, most able, most loving wife, a beautiful relationship, and now I have the most kick-ass car, the Jeep Wrangler all black, and I used to not have anything. I would love to get back into real estate investing. Great, Bridget, we'll talk. It's a long way from where I started. That's the power of correct marketing. It's the only part of the business that makes money. Is that the life I had when I just started? No. Did it happen by mistake? No. Is that the life you can have? Yes. How will it happen? By joining the Money Mind program and starting on removing your invisibility cloak. Here's the link again, gprosperity.com/moneymind. Register now. I've put it in the chat. What will you learn in the first program, removing your invisibility cloak? Yours for only $97 today. You will learn what are the other 2 points of the marketing love languages. They're not what you think. You'll learn the one reason why you don't have what you deserve. One reason. You will learn how to become in the top 1% of earners, which is, by the way, $500,000 per year. You will learn what my dad knew that made him $100 million by the age of 31. You will learn how to cause your clients to love you, much like they love Apple or McDonald's or Amazon or their local pizza joint. You will learn what makes other companies, other people more visible than you, more credible than you, with a product or service that's more desired than yours, and with a market that's willing to pay them more than they're willing to pay you. You will learn how do you make sure that you will not make marketing mistakes that ensure you will never be wealthy, in the good case, and will ensure you'll become poor, in the usual case. What's the exact ratio between quality and quantity that you must maintain to ensure you will not fail? You will learn how do you make your website adhere to the marketing love languages. So your website will be used and you will not need to redo it and redo it and redo it, and it will result in a loss. You will learn what's the exact point you will need branding. You will learn which platform to use to deliver your content. And you will learn what your life will look like after you've learned how to become visible. And the most important part, how to isolate the correct emotion to the button, but also the message and your positioning. Don't miss it. Here's the link one more time, gprosperity.com/moneymind. And as soon as you sign up, we'll start on your tailored program to skyrocket your business. Register, don't wait. Thank you so much for being on. It's only $97 today. gprosperity.com/moneymind. Register now. Thank you very much, Gal. You're very welcome. Anwar, register. It would be great to have you on. Anwar, I know you for so many years. It will actually be amazing. Amazing offer. Thanks to my friend Shamaya who introduced you to me. We'll stay in touch. Great, Robert. Shamaya is one of a kind, the best, so good at what she does. A real gem. I love Shamaya. So thank you. And I really recommend joining Robert. Ask Shamaya. She will back it up heavily. Shamaya introduced me as well. Wow, amazing, Bridget. She's incredible. Myrtle, thank you very much. I'm going to leave up this slide, which kind of summarizes everything I told you. At the top, it tells you what you'll get from the Removing Your Invisibility Cloak webinar series, which is just the first one on your tailored program. We'll go over the rest and what guarantees you have. So register, don't wait. Oh, Myrtle said, great course, highly recommend. Yes, Myrtle is on the Money Mind. She can tell you how amazing it was. So thank you, Myrtle. I'm very glad to have you on here today. She's a Money Mind member. So register, don't wait, don't think about it. If you don't register today, now, like let's say that you spend $97 and it is not even anything like what I tell you. Worst case, you lose $97. What's $97? Dinner, couple of dinners. But in the best case, you have a 30-minute offer to get me as your personal coach. You have a 30-minute offer to get a whole additional program for Meir Ezra that's worth almost $300 included. You get so much value, and you get this Removing Your Invisibility Cloaks, which is worth usually $450, that you can get for $97. And as I said, I don't care if you cancel, but I don't think you'll want to. I think it's going to be so valuable for you that you will make so much more money that you'll say, how have I been doing it without it? So your risk is 0. You have 7 money back guarantees, and it's 97 today. If you're thinking to stay in touch, to consider it, that you'll maybe do it, I'm sorry to tell you, but this course is really not for you at all. Because you need to be decisive and you need to have $97. As I said, and I'm not exaggerating, if I was on my last $97, this is what I would put it towards. Why? Because it will make you more money than what you invest. Guaranteed. And if it didn't, get your money back and keep the materials. So you get a $450 course for $97. But it will. And if you're ethical, which I'm sure you are, you will end up wanting to continue, or at the very least, you'll be willing to pay for the value you get, and then you'll pause and you won't want your money back, but you'll have done the course. I don't mind. Or if you do want your money back, take it. I just want to help you. Last 97 is for the first week, and then it's 59 per week thereafter. Usually, the first week would cost you $197 plus 59. So the first week would have cost you about $250. And I'm giving it to you the first week, including a one-on-one call with me, 4 tests that you will do to create a tailor-made program for you, plus the Removing Your Invisibility Cloak course, plus the Money Mind Launchpad, plus Meir's Business Launchpad, this whole bundle for $97. You will not find this offer having been done ever by me before, ever. No one has this offer, no one, just no one. But you do. Myrtle never, exactly. So you have about 20 minutes to take advantage of it. I highly recommend you do. Your risk is zero. Is it 50 a week program? It's $59 a week. That's right. $59 a week, and you can cancel anytime. And by the way, what you get every week is a live group coaching session with me. And you can ask Myrtle how those coaching sessions are. They're mind-blowing. I give you tools there that just, oh my God, they give you so much power. I mean, 50-week program, it's not a 50-week program. No, it's as long as you want it. It can be 1 week, 2 weeks, 5 weeks, stay on for as long as you want. I know many programs make you commit to 50 weeks or no. I make you, there's no commitment, cancel anytime, do 1 week, do 4 weeks, do 6 weeks, I don't care. Just start, get some value, and if you're enjoying the group coaching sessions, the tailor-made program, the progress in your business, if you're loving it, then you'll want to stay on. And if you don't, cancel. I'm not going to be offended, believe me. But I only take on 10 people a month because I'm going to have to do one-on-one calls with every single one of you that signs up. I'm going to have to do tests and go over all your tests for every single person that signs up. And these are intricate tests by an external company that we need to essentially pay for in order to do it, but you get the tests for free. You'll get the results. All that, I only take on 10 people. So it's 97. You have about less than 20 minutes left. I highly recommend you take advantage of this offer. I am serious when I say I've never offered this offer before. So take it with both hands, and your risk is zero, but all you pay is 97 today. So thank you for being on. Is it self-study and then the weekly meetings? It's Q&A advice, whatever people come up with, or is there a curriculum in the weekly live sessions also? So let's say it's a good question. You have self-study based on a very specific program that I build out for you personally. Then on the weekly group coaching sessions, it's Q&A and there's sometimes curriculum. Sometimes based on what people have asked me, I'll build out extra knowledge to help each person. But every time on the Q&A, I give mind-blowing answers. You can ask Myrtle, she's on. I give these answers that are so powerful that you can apply. Like one time I showed somebody the mistakes that he was making in his business. Everybody was like, oh my God, I'm doing that. Or I showed another person what issues they had on their website. Every single person was like, I need to go adjust my website. I never knew I made these mistakes. So every time there's powerful data, marketing tips, new updates to social media that you need to know. I keep you on your A game. That's what the weekly live sessions are for. And sometimes there's curriculum. Absolutely. Went live on his website right in class. Yes, we went right on that guy's website, one of our students, and I showed what was going on. It was amazing. It was amazing. You're welcome, Lasse. It will be a very good one for you because you have a lot of personal one-on-one support, group coaching support. It's really amazing. Okay, are there any other questions? I know a few people are still on. We have a few people that are already on the program, but I see Arjun here, Anita, Brenda, Bridget's joined, fantastic. I don't know if anyone else has joined. If you have any questions, let me know. Lasse, Luciana is on. Hi, Luciana. Robert and Suresh. Are there any other questions I can answer? And I would really, really love to help you, work with you, and see you on. So any other questions before I go? I'm here to answer. This is the best offer. Again, the personal coaching from me and the extra course from Meir is only valid for another 15 minutes or so. Take it up. Anita, you should definitely join. It'll be amazing to have you on the group coaching sessions. It'll be amazing to get you that tailored program for your business and to guide you and to mentor you and to help build what you're doing. Okay, thank you very much. I look forward to seeing many of you on. Myrtle, thank you so much, Gal. Always take away gold. You're very welcome. Mwah, Myrtle, it's so nice to work with you. Seriously, I'm really glad that we found one another. Need to go. Thanks for the awesome presentation. You're welcome, Brenda. I'm sure that many of you got big value from today's marketing love language material. Very well done for being on to the end. Bridget, nice job. Excited to start. Yes, Bridget, I'm going to contact you right away. If you didn't leave your phone number, Bridget, I will email you. So look out for that. And I cannot wait to get started. Suresh, no questions. Excellent. You should join Suresh. Thank you very much. Very well done for being on. And have a great, oh, I'll take your number down. Whoop. Okay, I've taken your number. Have a great rest of your day. Thank you very much, and bye-bye.